Welcome to yet another episode of The Breakdown. I am your host, Mr. Foxtail. Today we are coming with yet more heat. Sitting across from me is an amazing, talented young lady. She goes by the name of SBX. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I mastered the intro.
Finally. I mean, but yeah.
But before we start, right, because obviously we sat down before, but those are for a totally different platform.
Yeah.
Those that may not be aware of who you are and what you do, who is SBX?
SBX is just basically a singer-songwriter from South Africa. She likes to make music, she likes to be a creative, she likes to express her emotions through her music and tell her stories and her own truth. And that's basically me in a nutshell.
But I know I'll be tapping into like questions you've been asked before.
Okay.
But sound, what made you pick R&B? You know what I mean? To those that may not even know, you grew up in a musical background household, but gospel based in a way, if I'm not mistaken, church based, right?
Not necessarily. A bit, but not entirely. My family is music oriented quite a bit, and I did grow up on a lot of R&B, hip hop. So it's always been the genre that I've just naturally gravitated towards. I like the fact that I can just write a song and it be my experience, and other people feel what I'm feeling as if they're going through it with me. And that's just what R&B has always been for me. It's always been about the truth. It's always been about essentially speaking about things that a lot of people go through. And I love to be able to relate to the masses and help people essentially.
Hey man, you're an advocate to helping people quite some time. But then when did you first pick up the pen and say, yo, I want to change how people see certain situations, how they see love, how they express love? Like, you wanted to be more relatable to like your community, right? And obviously there's different ways of approaching it. It could be from a form of how can I put a community project? But you are like, I wanna write a song. But you wanna write a song that many people wanna relate to, especially in your household. When did you pick up the pen and write your first song?
I've been writing, honestly, truly, since I was like 8 years old. But I don't think I took it seriously until I was like 19, 20. So I'm quite new and fresh. But I've always been writing. I think I've always just had a love for being able to express myself. Even in school, like English was my favorite subject. And I loved creative writing. I loved telling stories. I loved being able to essentially share like what's happening in my mind. There's a lot that goes on in my mind. I'm always thinking, and I love to be able to express those thoughts. And the best way for me to express something is through writing. I'm much better than speaking, for sure.
You've said though. I mean, it makes sense to love English because I mean, if you're failing English and you're trying to be a musician,
it's a bit of a problem, but you can be like a musician that's not like speaking English. You can be a vernac, you know, you can and excel in that. But I've always just had my own preferences, I guess.
That makes, I mean, age of 8 is, you're in love, eh? At the age of 8.
Oh, I wasn't writing about love. I was writing about stupid stuff. And my songwriting also was like, I was like biting stuff from other artists. I didn't have my own like sound or even knew what I was trying to do. I was just exploring. I was 8. But then I got older, and then romance started happening, and it just made sense for me to start writing about that.
How would you then say your writing process has improved since the time you started to now?
Obviously, intensely, because as an 8-year-old, what do I actually know about writing songs? But I think now I've gotten better. You know, as you get older, you experience life, and what you're supposed to do when you experience life is grow and learn from your lessons. And so that's helped me with my thinking process and how I process emotions and how I deal with emotions and basically how I write songs. I'm able to really break down an emotion and carry it out into the pen so that people understand also what it is that I'm feeling and what it is that I actually want to convey. Otherwise, it's just nothing, really.
I mean, we felt it in these songs are about you before we touch into the sequel.
Yeah.
What is that inspired by?
You know,
See, it's English.
you know,
I'm flipping.
just the things of heartbreak and love and youth. You know, because
Okay.
when you're dealing with romance and relationships in your youth, it's quite a journey.
Who broke your heart?
Who?
Broke your heart? I mean, I've asked this question before. I'm
Yes,
still
you
trying
have
to know the
actually.
guy. I'm still trying to know.
I'm also trying to know the guy.
Now, you went over to like, I'm going to put bubbling under, bubbling over. I don't know what they call it, how they would define it, through your visuals for you, right? Those were your first visuals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Then people obviously assume that that's your
A boyfriend.
and we're like, oh la la, you know. After some time, you went over to signing to Public Reunion because obviously the previous team was not really. How did you then? How can I put it? Because every artist needs a team and they need a solid team, right? But how did you then say this agency is the right structure for me than the previous structure? Why not go the independent route and say, yo, I'd rather do everything myself? What made you pick the people that you have behind you currently?
I think there's a number of reasons. First of all, I do agree that artists should definitely get a team, or at least people that are going to be able to hold them down when necessary. I know that I do not know everything. I'm a newbie in the industry. It feels like I've been doing this for the longest time because I've had the passion for so long and for so many years, and I've been performing for so many years, but I've only actually been in the industry for 2 years, and not even really 2 years.
I thought 8 years.
No.
Do you get the point?
What's the point?
8 years. Remember you started writing your first song
Yo,
at age
shit,
8?
yeah, right. No. But I've been in the industry for basically a year and a half. I'm pretty new. I don't know everything. So it's important for me to be around people who are more experienced and are able to carry me through in ways that I may not be able to carry myself. And also the support is just necessary. I have the support of my family and I'm grateful for that, but I also, my family's in KZN, you know, and I need my Johannesburg
That is far.
support as well.
True.
And so it was kind of a no-brainer when it came to the people that I'm now working with. It was a thing of who can support me in the long run and who can support me up until the next stage. I don't know how life's gonna go, but I needed a proper structure.
I see.
And I just had to trust myself. I think that's a lot of things that a lot of artists are afraid to do. They are afraid to trust their instinct when it comes to the people that they choose to be around or choose to work with. They're afraid, they feel like they may not be able to make the right decision. I just had to trust that I knew that the first team wasn't for me and this team was. So.
Now, through that, you went over to releasing the sequel, which is These Songs Are About You Too, which is your recent baby.
Yes.
Mainly want you to break down what was the core inspiration. Once again, listen to the inspiration. What is the core inspiration behind the project, the body of work? Because it stands out for me personally when I listen to it, right? And I remember when we did the interview and it came out the same day.
Yes.
The same damn day.
Yes.
And I was like, how can I put it? I was left speechless because the artistic side of everything, the way you expressed your emotions, the way you told your story. I mean, from like you moved over from like talking about love to like talking about your late brother, and also many components. You could learn so much about you in just one body of work, right? But what is it all about? What message are you trying to transpire through the whole body of work to the next? I was about to say next. Let me not mention the artist name as of yet, but you know, someone transpiring to be that artist, or you know, but someone that's like, on a serious note, someone that's looking at you and say, yo, I like how she moves, I like how she writes things. What message are you trying to send through the project?
First of all, for me, it's so important to be vulnerable. I had to really be okay with that when it came to, you know, the writing process and just the overall process of essentially just releasing music in general.
I see.
I had to be okay with being vulnerable. I had to be okay with expressing myself and telling my story. But not just for myself. I know there's other people who've probably gone through the exact same thing that I've gone through.
True.
And you know, if I can entertain a couple people through my misery, I'll do it. I don't mind. It's healing also. That's another thing. It's a therapy for me to be able to write the music, release the music, you know, because the story gets to live on.
True.
And it's not just the speck, you know, you get to kind of really feel like you're living life because it's documented essentially in a song.
True.
But also in the same breath, I get to also be honest, you know, and also just figure out my own emotions.
True.
When it comes to writing the songs, I get to kind of process what it is that I'm going through. Because I think the whole thing about being a human being is growing and being better and wanting to be better. And you cannot do that without just a bit of self-awareness. So you have to kind of really take in your emotions and feel them as you feel them. And, you know, music has always been my love, and I'm happy that it's a platform that I'm able to use to
speak to others even.
Speak to others and express myself and have people also, you know, feel like they're not alone. Like, oh, this person that I look up to or whose music I really like is also going through the same things. I'm not alone. I'm human. We're all human.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, there's bigger people who are going through the same shit, but they will never even express it in their music because it's like the look, the branding, vulnerability just does not go with it. Now, visuals. One thing I like is like, you didn't just drop a project and be like, I'm gonna give you guys enough time to digest it. You're like, I'm gonna flipping invest myself into visuals. And like the recent visuals before Jews, I just can't remember the name.
Why?
For why? See, I'm horrible because we did the live performance for it, but for why, you kind of went over what people would consider like a normal music video because you went all out. You invested into the music, the visual aspect of it. You were like, screw it, I'm gonna do a voice over intro. Not many people do that. Not many people invest into good visuals that tell a story, or just let alone the storytelling of it. You know, some people could be like, for example, I remember when I was watching the music video for I Do Well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it doesn't align with what he's talking about because you are now marketing a rapper's lifestyle, grills and booty all around, and it's like you could just tell that like, yo, Ntwana, we're shooting today, get ready, get outfits, that's it, there's no storyline. But you were like, I'm gonna write a storyline. Please break it down from the process of writing down the actual storyline for the music video to the making of the music video. How was that like?
Well, I had an amazing collaborator, Visuals by Daddy Q, who directed and edited the music video via Narrative Aesthetics, and me and him were speaking about this song, this specific song, before I even had recorded it. And so last year we were already speaking about the music video, and I really wanted to make a music video for the song because I really, really liked it. And it was, as all my songs are, very personal to me, and I wanted the music video to convey that. And so we had time to really kind of nitpick what it is that we wanted, and I sent some references of what I was interested in, and then we had like a whole meeting and we spoke about the treatment. And for me, I wanted, because the whole point of a music video is to enhance the song.
Sure.
You know, it's to tell the story of the song better. You start to understand what the song is speaking about through visuals, you know. And I'm a very visual person. I love things that are pretty, things that tell a story, you know, things that you can see, things that give more emotion.
Sure.
And so I really wanted those visuals to really take people on a journey to the depths of the situation. Even like the whole promo leading up to the music video with me and my co-star, I wanted people to feel like this is a relationship that's ending. You know, when the music video drops, you're like, oh, they were dating? Oh, now they're breaking up. You kind of are taken on this journey. And So, you know, coming up with the monologue, the opening monologue, which I wrote myself, and also spoke it as well, it was just about really, you know, getting, like, really, I'm very big on tugging on people's emotions and really
Makes sense.
having people be like, wow, I really felt that. That really opened a part of me that was closed or I didn't know existed. I really love that, and that's why I wanted it to be so deep. That's why I wanted it to really grip the story, and also grip the story as true to how it happened in real life, because obviously the song is about real.
Dude.
I never said it was a dude, but real events.
Yeah. No.
Real events. But yeah, I wanted it to be as true as possible.
Only you and that brew
Oh yeah, he knows.
will know.
He knows.
You see, you just literally you're like, I didn't say it was about a dude. You literally just like,
It could be about anyone. It could be about Santa Claus. No, I'm kidding.
okay, so he was, hey, he was always there. But nonetheless, look at it like this, right? You kind of like tapped into people's emotional sides through
Yeah.
the whole journey. As I was watching the music video, right?
Yeah.
I like the whole rollout plan even.
Thank you.
How it was rolled out from stills to actual, you know, to the actual product, you know, being premiered on MTV Base.
Yeah, which is
Girl,
insane.
You're going for, I mean, the deal with Paradise.
Right.
Oh my gosh. But nonetheless, currently, right, I'm a him on the streets.
What are the sheets saying?
You know, it's like there's a huge comparison between, and hence I didn't mention the artist's name, and it's only coming out now, like a huge comparison between your sound and Elaine's sound and
Okay.
how she's moving.
Okay.
What's your take? How you feel around that?
You know, I think Elaine is her own artist in her own right, and I know that with the industry, people are going to compare. It's normal when you
Okay.
have people who are in the same space. That
True.
people are going to want to kind of go back and forth with who could be on top and who's the best. And I think she's her own artist and I'm my own artist, and I bring something different to the
Okay.
table, and I you know, have my own sound and my own
Hey.
style.
Right, hey. Hey. But okay.
I have my own sound, I have my own style, and she's doing her own thing, and
True.
you know, I have, you know, my own journey,
True.
and
She has her own journey.
yeah, and I'm not going to say people shouldn't compare, because I think conversation is good. I think it keeps the industry alive.
And it means you're doing something good.
Oh, 110%. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think we'll have to see how it all
goes.
happens for everyone.
Would you collaborate with her?
Oh, I'm completely open to that.
Okay, Elaine, open your email inboxes. But nonetheless, what's the vision looking like going forward? Aside of the streets saying there's a tour coming up.
The streets are saying there's a talk. The streets talk too much, I think.
Yeah, the streets be talking, eh?
Well,
There's
yes,
a tour coming up,
well,
eh?
there is definitely a tour in the conversation.
Am I getting a ticket? A VIP, nah?
We'll have to see.
Come on, I'm a day one supporter.
No, that is true. That is true. Well, there's definitely a tour coming up.
Okay.
Maybe there's another project as well. Who knows?
Hey.
Maybe before the year ends, we'll have more music.
And the streets say that project
What are the streets
will
saying?
be
What
featuring.
featuring who?
Okay, let me not talk.
Featuring
anymore.
who?
I'm just playing.
Featuring,
Just me teasing.
because I'm in shock. Because I don't know nobody who's preaching a master. No,
Tyson, I'll tell you, maybe.
actually, yes, maybe. I don't know if we'll be on the project, but me and him are working on something. And
You see, the streets are
hopefully-
talking, eh?
The streets know too much. I don't
Someone
like
must
that.
shut the streets up, eh?
I agree. I think the streets know too much.
Hey,
No, there's definitely a tour coming, and definitely probably a
Fire.
project
okay.
that I will be collaborating with a couple of well-known R&B producers, and
Malachi,
like Malachi, it's actually
Elohim.
Elohim, and
It's Malachi.
yeah,
It's not Malachi.
It's Malachi.
I'm hacked.
It's
Nigga.
Malachi.
Please change the thing, eh? Like he must He must really put it on his.
No, his name's beautiful. It's Malachi, Elize, mostly Elize. I'll be working with Elize.
Oh my,
and
then can you come over as well?
Elohim, yeah. So
Looks like we're getting another
what?
another hit, eh? Maybe reason why I'm saying another hit
Yeah.
because like they're behind the production of Elaine's debut EP. So
Yes, they are.
hey man,
So
about to get hot in these streets.
we are going to be working.
Yakala.
We are going to be working, and there's a lot also coming, and
Okay.
I think people will be seeing a lot of me
Okay.
for the next 40 years. No, but in general, people will be seeing me a lot,
see.
and we've got a lot more visuals, a lot more music coming
Excellent.
up, and
I mean, your
I'm excited.
magazine cover, girl, guys, you are living the dream, and I've been
Magazine
telling
never
you.
been the issue. What are you saying? Caesar's Rising Star over there. That's me. That's me.
You're literally living the dream, bruh. So well.
On the way to living the dream.
I so
definitely.
well. Hype make you just bagging them all.
You know,
But the nice thing is like the way forward.
Right.
I like the whole tour thing. We'll be waiting for the tickets. We'll be waiting for. We'll be sending our riders.
Okay.
Riley, make sure we send the invoice as well. It's a free promo. Now, but on a serious note, though, like how you guys are moving, I like it.
Yeah.
Please keep it up. Keep making a name for yourself. Keep shining.
Thank you.
And most importantly, keep paving the way for those that are going into R&B because honestly speaking, I feel like other people are gonna follow in your footsteps. I mean,
Yeah.
same thing as you're working with amazing producers that are behind huge productions. They understand what I'm saying? They made history with that one project. They cooked up. Man, I'm still hacked by what happened, but
What happened?
in terms of this, in terms of the, but nonetheless, it's like amazing seeing a rising star,
Right.
someone who's doing good for themselves and they're independent, they're so focused and invested into their career. You literally not allowing anything to be a distraction.
No,
for you.
never.
You are like, I'm gonna push it regardless.
Oh, yeah?
So please keep on pushing, keep on shining, keep on making a way for ourselves. Wow, look at me. Keep making a name for yourself, and most importantly, I look forward to seeing what next moves you're gonna be getting.
Definitely.
And I'll be waiting for my invitations.
You'll get
listening
them, I'm
session.
sure. I feel like the streets will give you invitations.
They
The
should.
streets have told you everything about my life.
They should. We'll be sending invoices too to the streets.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
But thank you so much for making time to join
Thank
us
you for
today.
having me.
I was nervous, but yeah, guys, if you haven't checked her out, make sure you go check out her music, available on all streaming platforms currently. Go stream. These songs are about you too, because they're definitely about you too. And yeah, you'll enjoy the whole body of work. Go check out visuals she's done as well, towards prior to like the release of the project. And yeah, man, where can people actually find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram, Facebook.
Because your handles
Twitter.
they become confusing actually, I realized.
How? They're all the same.
Searching
everywhere.
on Twitter, when you say SBX, remember other stuff pops up.
Oh, right.
So-
SBX Music _ SBX Music _ everywhere. And then on Facebook, just SBX.
Yeah.
You'll find me.
Make sure you go check her out. As I said once again, it's a magazine cover girl. Riri in the making.
Gosh, no!
Thank you guys so much once again. This has been a lovely episode. Hope you guys learn a thing or two, man. Till next time. Peace.